All right, everybody, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive? Today we're heading into the world of Pashto folklore.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, it is. Specifically, we're going to be unraveling this epic love story.
Yeah.
Yousaf Khan and Sherbano.
Okay.
It's been passed down for centuries. Think Romeo and Juliet, but with a Pashto twist.
With more mountains, I imagine.
Definitely more mountains. Before we jump into the romance, though, let's do a quick recap. For anyone who might not be familiar, what exactly is Pashto? Where are we on the world map here?
So Pashto is a really ancient language spoken by millions of people, mainly in Afghanistan and Pakistan. It's really the heart of Pashtun culture.
Okay.
And Pashtun culture is super rooted in oral traditions, right? So their folklore is incredibly rich, full of stories about warriors and these breathtaking landscapes, and, of course, enduring love stories. Like Yousaf Khan and Sherbano, this is how they've passed down their history, values, all that for generations. Like literally think centuries of storytelling around campfires.
Wow, so it's not just entertainment then. It's like their history books, their moral code.
Exactly. It's their living history.
Okay, so with all that in mind then, what makes this specific story, Yousaf Khan and Sherbano's story, so iconic? What sets it apart?
Well, in a lot of ways, they represent like the core values of Pashtun society. You've got Yousaf Khan, this incredibly brave warrior, and Sherbano, who's not only beautiful, but also has this fierce, independent spirit. They fall head over heels in love, but of course...
It can't be that easy, right?
Right. It wouldn't be a very good story if it was, would it? There are all these obstacles, ancient tribal rivalries, family feuds that have gone on for generations, and like the massive weight of societal expectations. They're basically fighting an uphill battle the whole way.
So their love is almost like a threat to everything that everyone's always known, to the way things are supposed to be.
Exactly. It throws everything into question, and that's part of what makes this story so powerful.
That's super interesting. I'm already hooked. And since you mentioned societal expectations, honor seems to be a massive deal in Pashtun culture. Does this story shed any light on how they view that concept, especially when it clashes with something as powerful as love?
Oh, absolutely. So honor in Pashtun culture is like this intricate web tied in with family, tribe, loyalty,
Right.
bravery, protecting your reputation. It's taken very seriously, sometimes even more than your own personal desires. Yousaf and Sherbano's story is like this amazing exploration of that because they're constantly having to choose between their love for each other and these expectations that society's putting on them.
Oh, wow.
You know, it forces you to think about the different aspects of honor. It's not just about blindly following the rules. It's about trying to find a balance between duty and what your heart wants.
Man, that's intense. Their love is practically challenging the definition of honor itself.
Yeah, in a way it is.
Now, switching gears a bit, I couldn't help but notice that the landscape seems to play a pretty big role in their story, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What's the significance of that?
That's one of the coolest things about this story, how they use the environment. Like, there's this really powerful scene where the lovers are separated by this raging river.
Okay.
And that river, it's not just some random river, right? It represents all the things that are trying to keep them apart. Societal norms, those feuding families, the weight of tradition.
It's like a symbol of all the obstacles in their path.
Exactly. The landscape becomes this mirror for their inner struggles, almost like another character in the story.
That's so clever. And it really emphasizes the connection Pashtuns seem to have with their surroundings.
Totally. I mean, think about it. Their folklore is constantly using imagery from the Hindu Kush Mountains, the vast deserts, the Khyber Pass. All of these places are more than just settings.
Yeah.
They're deeply intertwined with Pashtun culture, beliefs, and stories.
Wow, this is fascinating stuff.
Huh?
So we've got a love story, a cultural deep dive, and a geography lesson all in one. This story's got it all. Forbidden love, tests of honor, landscapes that practically have their own personalities. It's no wonder people have been telling it for so long.
It's a timeless story, and I think what really makes it special is that it works on so many levels. Like, on one hand, it gives you this unique glimpse into Pashto culture, but it also explores these universal themes of love, sacrifice, resilience. Anyone from any background can connect with those ideas.
Totally. Love and hardship, that's something we can all relate to no matter where we come from. So as we wrap up our deep dive into Yousaf Khan and Sherbano's epic love story, here's a little food for thought for you listeners. How does this story highlight that tension that exists in every culture between what individuals want and what society expects of them? It's a question worth pondering. And hey, while you're at it, I highly recommend checking out more Pashto folklore. There are tons of other hidden gems out there just waiting to be discovered.
I completely agree. It's an amazing tradition.
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time.
See you then.